So, one of the things I've been asked is why I do book reviews, but I don't do, like, movie reviews. And honestly, the main reason for this is there's a lot less content in a movie than there is in a book. This is the reason why when you see books to movies adaptations, they always have to cut a bunch of shit out, and usually the book is almost always better, mostly because it has more content, the characters are more fleshed out, the world is more imaginative. And plus, there's a lot more investment with a book than there is with a movie. With a movie, you're just sitting and watching for 1 to 2 hours. With a book, you're engaged, imaginative, enveloped in the world for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, depending on the size of the book. This is, of course, different if you're a little kid. If you're a little kid, then yeah, movies have way more content than the little kid books. But young adult and adult novels have far vaster content and worth, honestly. Especially because a lot of movies nowadays are just throwaway fun shit that you can put on the background, and you don't have to really pay much attention to them. Not a lot of meaning, just guns blazing and blasting, or a little soft rom-com to make you a little fuzzy for a little bit. Whereas books always have some deeperness to them. If they don't, then nobody reads them. And he's just losing his shit over here. Just losing his mind. So, like, there's, for me, trying to do a movie review, I'd be sitting here being like, okay, it's been 1, maybe 2 minutes. I've got nothing left to say about this because there's no more content to cover. Now, if you want to go, like, super in-depth on it, then yeah, there's gonna be more, but I can't be bothered with that shit. I'm not gonna go into the cinematography and how all the music composition played into each little aspect, because to me that's just kind of whatever extras. Whereas a book, there is a shit ton of content to go through, and when it's something that you make in your own head, more or less, instead of just seeing it on a screen, you get, I guess you could say, headcanons of the characters and how they behave, and you get a lot more attached and involved with the characters. And this is especially true with, like, books that are series, and especially when you try to compare it to movies that are series. Movies that are series, often they just kind of feel cheap and like they're money grabs, and you don't feel all that invested, whereas books, usually series, you're really invested in them, because there's more to be invested in. And it's also the simple fact that books you can do an awful lot more in than movies, because in movies you've got the world's limitations of what you can put in cinematography and CGI. Whereas books, it's just the limitations of your own and the author's imaginations. Be nice, would you, you sweet, salty little babies. And there's always a chance for your own imagination to get widened by a book. There's not usually that kind of ability with a movie. Because again, a movie, it has less imagination, less stuff in it. There's always going to be some, but it is going to be drastically less. If you're going to leave, then just leave, would you, baby doll? I'm gonna... You get to see Simba, the second Bengal boy. He's got a collar. They hate each other. Anyway... So, yeah, and this is, like, from me having just come out of a movie. And, yeah, if I were to try to do a review on it, yeah, it wouldn't last very long. Even though it was a good movie. I mean, it was fucking Deadpool 2. That was a good fucking movie. Great references. Good humor. Characters were well done. Yeah. In a way, it felt a lot like the first one, but whatever. So for me, trying to do a movie review is kind of like... Okay, not much to say here. Whereas most books I could go on for a while, depending on the actual subject that it is. And this is especially true if you get into, like, really bigger books. Those ones, the sheer level of content in them is obscene. And even trying to cover it all in a verbal video would be fucking ridiculous. Whereas movies, they are limited in time. Now, if you were to, like, review a TV show, then, yeah, okay, there's a lot more to talk about. And Maybe I'll do that for, like, Danny Phantom or something, because fucking Danny Phantom's awesome. But movies, I don't really see me ever doing movie reviews, really. Or if I ever do, like, talk about, like, my favorite movies, it'll be, like, a whole bunch of movies, not one. Because as far as I'm concerned, trying to review one movie is not going to make a watchable video for more than, like, 1 or 2 minutes. Whereas a book, I could probably go on for, like, an hour if I really wanted to. At least with the Warrior series. So, yeah, so movie reviews are probably never going to be a thing on this channel. I don't really have much at all to say with them, whether I like a movie or not. They're kind of just an experience you have, and then you move on. Or background noise, or just something to mindlessly entertain you for a little bit. Whereas books are more an in-depth, full experience, and there's more to talk about, more context,